watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
When it's time to take off, I'll be jumping out the gym. Back with game reviews, come get the scoop from Josh and Glenn.
They're a tough team. We got to come out ready and play hard. I just love going into away stadiums, going in and try to break their hearts.
The biggest thing is just being calm, being poised.
Really just have fun and just play together as a team, have fun.
They've been ready to go since probably the day after March.
I tell them, if you can't get excited about this, then something's wrong with you.
Television on, watching Highlight Zone. Wayne 15, Friday nights, who bringing the dub home? Local area sports with a hip-hop remix. Mike Strong here for the basketball season. Television on, watching Highlight Zone. Wayne 15, Friday nights, who bringing the dub home?
Mike Strong coming strong with the basketball remix. You got to love it. And as the saying goes, in 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Nobody does hoops better than we do here in the Hoosier State. First Highlight Zone fully dedicated to basketball. And we've got a sweet 16 games to get to. And we start with Josh Ayen in your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Josh.
All right, Glenn, it's a new season, but the same old goals out at Blackhawk Christian. Ranked number 2 in the two-way state poll, the Braves hope to be playing for a state title at season's end. New Haven, meanwhile, a dangerous team led by one of the area's most versatile players in senior Darion Brooks. New Haven at Blackhawk Christian. It's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. To the newly christened Mark Davidson court we go. Former IU sharpshooter Matt Roth now in charge at Blackhawk. And the Braves, the opening punch. Isaac Smith knocking down that triple. That's 3 of his 9 points. But this game tied at 17 after 1. Let's go to the second. We mentioned how versatile Darion Brooks is. Here he comes down with the loose ball, and Brooks, the Bulldog, he's got that dog in him with that rim rocker. A follow-up and one, giving New Haven a 24-21 lead. But Gage Sefton firing back, the senior with the basket, plus the foul. Sefton scoring a team-high 20. Blackhawk up 31-27 at the half. To the third quarter, New Haven not going away. Matthias Garcia knocking down that triple. And the Bulldogs down 4 entering the fourth quarter. Blackhawk, though, creating a little bit of separation for the moment. Josh first with a friendly bounce, plus the foul. He finishes with 19. But Darion Brooks heats up late. This triple giving New Haven a 1-point lead with 90 seconds left. Brooks finishing with 28. But Blackhawk Christian goes in front for good at the free throw line. That one from first puts the Braves in front the rest of the way. And Blackhawk Christian wins a thriller over New Haven 63-61.
Yeah, I think our chemistry and our poise there at the end really helped us pull it out as a team. We were strong on the boards, and we hit a couple big free throws there at the end. Forced them to take tough shots. I think that really helped us throughout the game.
You know, we were fighting the whole way through, and it just felt good to get the victory at the end there, but we just got to keep fighting and look forward to Lafayette Central Catholic next Saturday.
But we knew New Haven, good battle. It's been a good battle for years. That's why they're on the schedule. 2 great communities, 2 great programs that are going to battle more often than not on the basketball court.
Next up, Blackhawk faces Lafayette Central Catholic next Saturday, while New Haven hosts Homestead next Saturday. Glenn, take it away.
All right, speaking of the Spartans, their new arena primed and ready for season number 1. The Spartans ranked 6th this week in the 4A state poll. Homestead hosting Always Tough Warsaw. Homestead led 5 at the half, third quarter. They take over Jake Surmersheim with the three. That is junior Will Jamison from deep. Homestead now up 28-17. More from Jamison in just a minute, but this is Kyron Kalpwicki. Yeah, he drains the 3, got fouled, would complete the 4-point play. He had 10, Spartans by 14. Later in the third, Luke Yeager for 3. The big guy knocks it down for Warsaw, but that was the Tigers' only field goal of the third quarter. How about Jamison? He's going to be the breakout star of the Highlight Zone this year. You can tell he had 20. Homestead wins against Warsaw 56-39. At historic By-Hay Arena, the Legends, a team to watch in the SAC this year. Northside hosting DeKalb, and it's Northside going to work early. Bravon Bassett for a long 2. Northside on the board first, and they weren't done. Jackson Fugate looking in the corner. Fugate opened the floodgates. He drills the 3, and Northside up by 5. Coming the other way, Marty Beasley's DeKalb team, no give up in these Barons. Caden Hinkle not once, but he does get it to go the second time. And that cuts it to a 9-4 game, but you'll see Jordan Green, Mr. Do-It-All for Northside. The Swiss Army knife of the Legends gets the bucket. Northside wins at 56-46 over the Barons. Out at Leo, the Lions have been busy. Leo opening with 3 straight SAC teams tonight, though. The Purple Pride hosting Heritage, and that's Nolan Haichu. And if your name is Haichu, you play for Leo, you can score the basketball. He knocked it down from downtown. How about more from Leo? Brock Schott, we know him as a tight end on the football field. He says, I can play some round ball as well. He gets the bucket down low. Coming the other way, we're now in the second quarter. Niles Kanapke for 3. Luke Saylor would lead the Patriots with 14 points, but it would not be enough. Trey Haichu, he's been dominant all season long. Haichu, yeah, he had 17. Jackson McGee, 21 to lead Leo as the Lions top Heritage, 66-39. Let's go to Columbia City. The Eagles coming off a fantastic football season. Will the success carry over to basketball? Eagles hosting Canterbury, and yeah, we saw him all the time on Friday nights during the football season. It's the sophomore Stratton Fuller with the putback and 1. Columbia City up by 5 in the first. Devon Lewis coming the other way for Canterbury. Lewis with a big night. He had 23 points for the Cavs. It's just a 3-point ball game for Derek Adams' club. Coming the other way, it's Fuller, the nice drive-in dish. Brady Hartman left alone, and he knows what to do with it. 6-point lead for Columbia City. You'll see Torian Brown off the rebound here and the kick out. He drills the 3, but Columbia City, it's a good basketball team. They win at 64-46 over Canterbury. At the TP down in Decatur, Belmont hosting Whitko. The Braves looking for their 5th straight season with double-digit wins. A defense always at a premium on the highlight zone. Got there late in this game. It's the 4th quarter. How about this? Yeah, it's Cord Felling taking the charge. You had to love it, so wipe the points off the board. Yeah, we had a charge on there. Jake Scheinman with a bucket right there for Belmont, and Belmont wasn't done. You'll see Cord Felling. He does it on defense, taking charges. He would get the basket here for Belmont as Belmont wins in this one. Your final 42-23 over Whitko. Out at Woodland, conference play getting underway in the ACAC. The Warriors hosting Jay County, and when our cameras were there, this was the Braden Smith show. Smith in the first quarter drains it, and Woodland out to a 5-0 lead. How about more from Mr. Braden Smith, one of the most dangerous scorers in the ACAC. He gets the bucket, little 3 in the corner there, and it's an 8-3 Woodland lead out of the gate. You're going to see more from Braden Smith. Smith with the bucket here. He had 27, but Jay County comes back to win this one after a good start from Woodland. 56-51 Patriots over Woodland. Let's stick with the ACAC conference game at the Stardome. South Adams hosting Bluffton, and this one was all Bluffton from the get-go. Tucker Jenkins with the stick back. He gets the bucket right there. More on him in just a second, but you'll see his buddy Sam Baumgartner with a jumper right there off glass. Yeah, he called it. Baumgartner had 10 points for Bluffton, and then you're going to see some defense. But man, it came down to Tucker Jenkins being tough to guard. Watch Jenkins get the bucket here. He had 22 points as Bluffton goes to the Stardome and wins big, 74-34 over the Starfires. Conference play now underway in the NECC. Central Noble at Angola last year. Of course, the Cougars made it all the way to the 2A state title game. That was with Connor Asige and Logan Gard and all those guys. Well, guess what? They're still pretty good without those guys. That's Isaiah Gard with a 3 in the first quarter. He had 11 points to lead a balanced Central Noble attack. Coming the other way, Lane King for Angola gets the lay-in right there. It's just a 1-point ball game, but Connor Lemon, he's going to be one of the main factors for Central Noble this season. Lemon just signed to play college basketball at Manchester a few weeks ago. He shows you why the Spartans wanted him. Central Noble a winner at Angola, 46-38 over the Hornets. Final stop for boys hoops tonight, another NECC matchup, this time in Turtle Vegas. Busco hosting always tough Westview, third quarter action. Watch Aiden White, little step back off glass, you gotta love it. But Westview up 66-34. This is why. They've got a lot of scores on this Westview team. Wiley Minix going coast to coast, and it's a 34-point lead, 68-34. Plus goes Braden Bianski with the bucket here, but simply too much Westview. We now fast forward to the fourth quarter. You're going to see Luke Helmuth find Jethro Hostetler. That's good basketball, and Westview goes to Turtletown and comes away with the win, 80-51 over the Eagles. Well, that is going to do it for the fellas tonight, but coming up after the break, the ladies get to take center stage, and that includes a clash at Charger Fieldhouse, where SAC Powers, Homestead, and Carroll would collide with early season SAC title implications. It would go down to the wire. Plus, we're going to head to Bob Strait Court in Huntington for a key showdown in the NE8 between the Vikings and the Norwell Knights, and Central Noble girls looking to make it 10-0 to start this season. Those games and a whole bunch more coming your way next in the Highlight Zone.
We're the Carroll Chargers. Stay tuned for more Highlight Zone. Yeah!
We're the Huntington North Vikings. Welcome back to Highlight Zone.
Last week, a pretty good one for both Huntington North and for Norwell as far as girls basketball goes. The Vikings' Marissa Trout nailing this half-court buzzer beater to beat Homestead in overtime. It was the #1 play that night on ESPN SportsCenter. Meanwhile, Norwell's Kennedy Filling setting a program record by scoring 40 points in a win by the Knights over Concordia. Those two, along with Columbia City and Belmont, and oh baby, it's going to be a fun year in the NE8. The Vikings and Knights squaring off at North Arena. Pick it up in the first quarter. Huntington North sharing the basketball. Gracie Fields for 2. And then you saw the inside game. How about the outside game? Taylor double, nails the triple, and the Vikings feeling good out of the gate. Norwell firing right back. Annabelle Johnson ringing the bell for 3, and the Knights back in this thing. You'll see double, splash the triple here. The Vikings leading by 7 early, but that's when Miss Filling starts to heat up. She drills the 3 here, then watch her do it again. Same spot, same result, as Norwell goes into Huntington North and picks up a key conference win, 52-34 over the Vikings. In the SAC, in some recent years, this would be the game that would decide the conference title. Will it be this year? Still left to be determined, but we got Homestead, we got Carroll, and we got a good one. Fourth quarter, Taylor Fordyce, the St. Francis signee, gets the bucket, and we are tied at 50. Later in the fourth, how about Maya Epps? She's a freshman, but she can ball. Watch her get this one in the basket. She had 11 points, and it's a 2-point lead, 52-50 Homestead. Kayla Gibbs, she's a talent. Off the miss here, Gibbs with a stick back. Gibbs had 17 points. It's just now a 1-point game, but Allie Stevens down the stretch was money. Stevens would go for 27 points as Homestead goes into Carroll and picks up a huge SAC win, 60-55.
Super pumped. This is a big rivalry for us. We've been preparing for this since day one, and especially this week we've been getting at it at practice. We had to stay humble, and that's exactly what we did. We knocked down shots when we had to, and we just worked together as a team.
We came out kind of flat, and then we picked up our energy towards the second half, and we all really played together and made some good plays. And then they came on a little run, but after that we picked our energy right back up, and we fought all the way to the end.
After beating Carroll by 29 on Wednesday, Northrop could very well be the team to beat in the SAC this year for the girls. The Bruins at Bishop Dwenger, and we pick it up in the first win. Jackson, only a freshman, but so talented. She drills the 3. She had 13 points and 5 blocks. Northrop jumps out to a 10-2 lead. Riley Heppel, yeah, that is pure shooter's touch right there. It falls, and it's 11-point lead for the Bruins out of the gate. How about Sanaya Jackson? Going to play her college ball at Valpo, as is twin Nevaeh. She knocks down the jumper there. 15-point lead for Northrop early in the early going. Then it's Sanaya with the pilfer and the pair, as Northrop, no problem with Bishop Dwenger. The Bruins, man, they are good. 60-15 the final against the Saints. At Don Riker Gymnasium, Reggie Tharp, the new Snyder coach this year. Big Reg leading the Panthers against Southside. And the Panthers, well, they've got Jordan Poole, and that's more than enough most nights. She finds Tia Finnessy with the bucket right there. and it's already a 16-point Panther lead. Then it's Poole doing what she does. You saw the hezzy, and she gets in there. She had 15 points for the Panthers. A little bit later, dumping it down to Finney again, and it's a 25-5 Snyder lead. South trying to chip away here. Imani Clark drills the three, but Snyder no problem with Southside. 60-14 your final. Last stop in the SAC, Wayne off to a 5-3 start. Concordia 4-4 coming in, and Lauren Goodman and the Cadets come out hot. She drills the three. That part of an 8-0 run, and it would be Concordia leading after one by a score of 17-8. Second quarter though, Wayne. Connie Hairston with the steal. It doesn't go, but Anaya Hill is right there for the stick back, and it's now just a 1-point Concordia lead, 22-21. How about Amelia Diaz? We're used to seeing her shoot threes. Apparently she can hit the floater as well, and Wayne wins against Concordia in a good one. 60-59 Generals over the Cadets. Up in Angola, Central Oval off to a 9-0 start. The Cougars ranked 6th in the 2A state poll. Part of the reason why, Madison Weiss. She gets the bucket right there. And in the third quarter, we got a 20-14 ball game with Central Noble in the lead by 6. Central Noble. Again, they want to get to 10-0. Kiera Boland trying to make it happen. She drills the three. It's now a 7-point lead for Central Noble. Later in the third, Central Noble working it in transition. They push ahead to Megan Keeble. She gets the bucket. And Central Noble, they are 10-0. They win it 44-30.
It was a big win. Our whole team contributed on and off the court. You can hear the bench. We were going crazy. We had to stay in the game, and that's just what we did.
We came out and just wanted to put pressure on them and make things hard for them. Maddie and Megan did a good job taking care of the ball, and they'll get us enough points. Everybody else chips in where they came, or chips in with what they need to do to win. And that's what I love best about these girls, is they do whatever it takes to win.
Last stop for hoopage. Elmhurst grad Maria Marcasano and the Dons with their Horizon League opener. PFW hosting Detroit Mercy. This is Amaya Birch for Detroit Mercy with the early basket. But watch the passing here from the Mastodons. They feed Riley Ott, layup good, and PFW up by 5 in the first quarter. How about Homestead grad Solaire Starks? We know she can score. She does it on the college level as well. There's a bucket right there. 7-point lead for the Mastodons, and the Dons win their conference opener against Detroit Mercy at the Gates Center tonight, 58-49. Your Peter Franklin Jewelers Gem of the Night is coming up next.
We are the Leo Lions. Gem of the Night is coming up. You're watching the Highlight Zone.
Hey, they're 100% right. Last week, we closed out the football season on the Highlight Zone with a touching tribute for the Gem of the Night. Carroll's Cam Hirschberger honoring his fallen teammate Owen Shaley for the Chargers, pointing skyward after a touchdown and making the O sign in the 6A state title game. So, we transition from football to basketball. Here is your first Gem of the Night for the basketball season. It is courtesy of a guy we already know a little bit about, Darion Brooks. He gets the slam. It was an ultra-competitive game out at Black Hawk Christian. Brooks had a big night, but it's Black Hawk Christian that comes out with the win, and that is your Gem of the Night as Darion throws it down. Finally on the ice, the Comets at home against Wheeling. The K's adding veteran Dean man Daniel Maggio this week in hopes of bolstering their blue liners. Third period, K's up 4-3 and adding to it. That's Sean Boudria in front. And it's 5-3 K's in the third. But the K's have had trouble closing things out this year. They would again. Wheeling would force OT, and then it's Adam Smith with the invisible hand. It's a funnier joke if you took economics in high school. 6-5, Comets fall in overtime to Wheeling. K's back home Sunday to face Cincinnati at 5 o'clock, but tomorrow they are on the road at Wheeling. That does it for this week's edition of the Highlight Zone. For Josh, I'm Glenn. We'll see you next Friday.